Change is the end result of all true learning. With this motivational thought, this is Miss Anupama welcoming you all on Miss Anupama's channel. My dear students, I am back with one more video, and today's video we are going to learn a new topic and new lesson. Okay, now let's look here. What we are going to learn today is the subject EVS 1. Okay, that is environmental study, and lesson number 3 and lesson name storage of water, and it is a geography lesson. Okay, and it is part 1. What I am going to cover in this part is, try this. There are 2 activities given. Okay, activity 1 and activity 2. Okay, and the second topic, subtopic, which I am going to explain you is the different ways of storing water. Okay, there are modern and traditional ways of storing water is given. So these 2 things we are going to see today, that is wells and water tanks in forts. Okay, so before going further lesson, I wanted to tell you something, my dear students, that water is our basic need. Okay, and without water we can't live. Not only the human being but all the living kind, they need water. Okay, so now think that if there is no water on the earth, what will be the condition? Just think. Okay, why? Because water is a very necessity. Okay, it's a necessity of all the living beings. Okay, all living things which are on the earth needs water to live. So it is very important topic, and very you can not only just with the textually you have to learn, but when you observe your surroundings, then also you'll get a knowledge of how water we have to store, how water we have to save. Okay, this some small questions should come in your mind, and you should find out the answers for that. Okay, chalo, quickly we'll begin our lesson. Okay, my dear friends and students, now we are going to learn about lesson number 3, storage of water, and it's a geography lesson. Okay, my dear students, so we'll have a quick recap of our last lesson, that is our previous lessons, lesson number 2, interrelationship between living things. Okay, my dear students, now in that lesson we had learned so many things. Okay, and from that lesson one important point was there, that was what are our basic needs. Okay, so which of our basic needs are fulfilled by the nature? So water, food, air, clothing, shelter, etc. are our needs which are fulfilled by the nature. Okay, so water is very essential for for all the living things on the earth, my dear students. Okay, understood now? So in this lesson, that is lesson number 3, the storage of water, here water is the main hero of this lesson. Okay, water plays a very important role in every living being on the earth, not only the human beings but even animals, birds, plants, everyone, all living things needs water to live. Water is a basic need. Okay, without water we will not live, not even like one day. Okay, but not more than that. We need water for our survival. Okay, understood? So basically, months of rainy season are June, July, August and September. Means there are 3 seasons, and each season lasts for 3 to 4 months only. Okay, respectively. So after 4th month, okay, that is June, July, August and September are the rainy season. So the main source of water is rain. Okay, what is the main source of water? Is rain. Okay, if there is no rain, then from where we'll get water? I told you water is a natural source. Okay, So nature gives us water. Water is not a man-made thing. Okay, water is a natural resource. We get it from the rain. So for our future use, we have to store water in different things. We have to store it for our future use. If we don't save water, if we don't store water today, then it will be a very massive problem for us to face in future. For that, we have to store water today itself, and we have to save it. So there are certain stores or storage of water. We have like traditional method and new methods, okay, modern methods. But before that, in this lesson, for you, 2 activities are given. So these activities you have to try at home. But before going into the lesson, I wanted to ask you one puzzle, okay? Now, who am I? Who am I? I read the puzzle for you. Just listen it carefully, and if you know the answer, just give me the answer in the inbox. Okay, my dear students and friends. I fall from the sky and I make you wet. So bring your umbrella and you will set. You will be set. So who am I? Okay, who am I? If you know the answer, please inbox me. Otherwise, I will tell you the answer. I will give you the answer. It is water. Okay, water is the main hero of this lesson. So why need water? For what purposes we need water? We need water for everything. From drinking, cooking, bathing. We need water in factories, agriculture, fields, and even to generate electricity also we need water. Understood? So the main source of water on the earth is rain. So from where do all these water stores like rivers, dams, wells and lakes get their water? They get it from rain. The main source is rain. Okay, understood, my dear students? So before that, you have to do this activity. Okay, what you have to do? Try this. What he said? Try this. Make a small hillock of mud and stones in the schoolyard. Now schoolyard means your school playground. Make a small hillock. Hillock means small hill or mount with mud. Mud means mitti. Stones matlab patthar. Okay, you have to make it in the schoolyard. Now lockdown, COVID-19, so we all are at home. You can make it in your backyard also. Okay, घर के जो आंगन रहता है वहां पर भी आके कर सकते हो. Okay, you have to try it. Set some stones. You have to set some stones into the hillock. Now see the picture on page number 16, my dear students. Here a small hillock, okay, made with the mud, and here some stones are arranged. Can you see here? Okay, so some stones into the hillock. Then after, pour water over the hillock from the watering can. You have to pour. Pour means dalna. Pani daliye. Okay, watering can se. Like rain. How rain showers on us, like that you have to water this hillock with the watering can like a rain. Use the following points to note how the water flows over the hillock. You have to note down. Okay, only simply this activity is not only to do it for the fun, but there are certain aspects are there, certain things you have to study when you try this. Okay, so what is the first question is asked here? In which direction? Okay, in which direction the water flows? Okay, now you're standing straight and you're using your watering can to water the hillock. So in which direction the water flows? The water flows from the top of the hillock to the bottom. This is the top portion of the hillock and it flows from top to the bottom like this. Okay, so the water flows from the top of the hillock to the bottom. Bottom is like the base of the hillock. How does water flows on the steeper slopes? Okay, steeper slopes. The water flows rapidly. Rapidly means very fast on the steeper slopes. How does the water flow on the gentler slope? The water flows slowly on the gentler Slope. Now what is the meaning of slope here? Slopes means, see, this is the slope. You can see here, this is the slope, like a ढलान जो बोलते हैं ना हम लोग. Okay, so it is the slope. Okay, so the water flows slowly on the gentler slopes. What happened when the stones cause an obstruction? Obstruction means rukavat. Okay, obstruction is there. When the stones cause an obstruction, some of the water changes its direction. Direction means its way. Changes its direction and flows rapidly in the outward direction. Some of the water flows gently through stones. Some of the water flows gently through the stones. Where does puddles forms? Okay, the puddles are formed in a low-lying area around the hillock. Where does the direction of flow change? When does the direction of flow changes? The direction of the flow of water changes when there is an obstruction in its way. Okay, now this is the first activity you have to try and you have to answer your own questions. Now the second activity, try this. Now stop watering the hillock. Okay, after activity 1, you have to start the activity 2. Here you have to do, here you have to stop pouring, means पानी डालना बंद कर देने का है hillock पर. Make observations using the following points. You have to observe, okay, and you have to note down certain points. Why did the hillock dry when we stopped pouring water? Dry means सूखना. Okay, hillock क्यों सूख जाता है जब हम पानी डालना बंद कर देते हैं? The hillock dried because the process of observation of water stopped and the observed water seeps into the hillock. Seeps means अंदर सूख जाना. Okay, अंदर it seeps into the water hillock. Okay, then the hillock dried because the process of absorption of water stopped. Absorption of water stopped and the observed water seeps into the hillock. Okay, वो पानी hillock में वो समा जाता है. Okay, it just dried up into the hillock. How long did the hillock take to dry? Now it depends on the weather. Okay, in what time or how you're making the hillock, it depends on that. Okay, exactly the timing we can't say. Okay, the time took nearly about how much minutes to dry. It is not predictable now only. Okay, so next question is which part of the hillock dried quickly? Okay, which part of the hillock dried quickly? Okay, now which part of the hillock dried quickly means part of the stones of the hillock dried quickly. Part of the stones where the stones are kept, there the there the place can be dried quickly. Okay, which part took longer to dry? Which part took longer to dry? The part of mud took longer to dry because it is wet. So it is wet for a longer time. So it takes a longer time to dry it up. Okay. Why did it take longer to dry? Because more amount of water is seeped. Okay, seeped into the mud. So it takes more time. Therefore, it takes more time or more longer time to dry the hillock. Okay, my dear students. Now we'll go further. Next paragraph. Okay, my dear students. So the next para, you will realize that some rainwater flows away over the ground. Now, tell me, my dear students, why there is a need for storing rainwater? Okay, now when you see like if it is 1 and like half an hour it rains, okay, if it is rains very heavily, after when rain stops, you go out and just see, have an observation there. Okay, observation means आपको ध्यान देना है, तो आपको पता चलेगा कि some of the water only there flows. Okay, flows मतलब बहना, flows away over the ground. But where was so much of water? Okay, because it was raining for near about 1 hour and it was a heavy rain. But when you see, there was some water over the ground, but where was the other water? So some water seeps into the ground. Okay, seeps into the ground means ground. Okay, ground में वो चला जाता है, या ते जमिनीमध्ये मुरून जातो तो पाणी. ओके, पावसाचं पाणी. All the water we get comes from the rain. I told you rain is the main source of our water. The rainy season lasts for 3 or 4 months. Okay, rainy season lasts for 3 to 4 months. Okay, understood that? So it is very important for us to store water. So the months of rainy season is June, July, August and September. So main source of water on the earth is rain. Water like other sources like rivers, dams, they all get water from rain only. Understood? So rainwater seeps into the ground. Obtained means that water seeps into the ground, and some water it flows over the ground. Okay. So the need for storing rainwater. Why we have to store the rainwater? The rain is the only source of water for us. Okay, for humankind. Not all the water that we receive is available for us to use easily. Some of it flows over the ground. Some of it flows over the ground in the form of rivers. Okay, and some water get accumulated in ponds and lakes. The surface water can be used easily. So large amount of water, it seeps into the ground, which is difficult to use. It is very difficult for us to use. So the rainy season, I told you, it lasts for 3 to 4 months only. Okay, along with us, not only the human being, but all the living kinds use this water all year round. Therefore, we need to save and use water carefully, my dear students. If we don't store water today, we will be having a very massive problem. We have to face a massive problem in our future. So it is very important to store enough water for our future need. That is why we have to save water. Okay, water must be used economically. Economically का मतलब होता है किफायती से. Okay, very carefully you have to use water. And मराठी शब्द economically ला आहे काटकसरीने आपल्याला पाणी वापरायचं असतं. Okay, now for example, I can give you like many students know, when they have to use 1 bucket of water, they use 2 to 3 buckets of water. Okay, when they are brushing, they keep the tap open of that sink and they just time pass, look here and there, they see into the mirror, and most of the time they waste water. Okay, but my dear students, I request, it's a kind request to all my dear students that please save water, because water is very precious thing. When you don't have water, no, if you give like lakhs of rupees also, you don't get water. Okay, so water is priceless, and now we are getting it by nature. We have to respect it, we have to save it, and we have to value it. Okay, so now you all have to take an oath that you will save water. Okay, not only you save, you take the oath, but you can make others also, those who are wasting water, no, tell them, give them the importance, tell them the importance of the water. Okay, and tell them not to waste water. They have to, and you have to use it economically, because we can, and together we will save water. Okay, my dear students. So in this lesson, we will see different ways of storing water. Okay, different ways of storing means what? The things, if we don't have plenty, no, we'll store it for our future use. Okay, अपन त्याचा सासून ठेवतो. ओके, त्याचा एक अपन हिंदी में बोलते ना भंडार करके रखने का. ओके, तो हम पानी को सेव स्टोर करके रखते हैं. ओके, टंकी में, टाकियों में, घर में जो बर्तन होते हैं सब में अपन उसको स्टोर करके रखते. सो नाउ इन दिस लेसन आई टोल्ड यू माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, वाटर इज आवर मेन हीरो. ओके, so we are going to learn more about old water storage. Okay, and it is also called as traditional method of water storage, and we have a modern method of water storage also. Okay, olden water storage method means the olden days how the people used to store water, and modern methods now at present how we are storing water. That is the difference between them. Okay, so we will see in the olden days several methods of storing water were used in a state. Okay, in the olden days. Okay, not in not in the modern days, but in the olden days, varieties of methods of storing waters were existed in our olden days. This system was rarely used these days. Okay, now we are not able to see this storage of water present. Okay, rarely, few means very rarely. Okay, some places we are able to see it. So however their remains can be at many places. Okay, we are able to see, and they are very beautiful. Okay, however their remains can be beautiful. Water in some of these stores never get depleted. Okay, water which store in this store, okay, will not be depleted, means it will not be reduced. Okay, abhi samjho, for example, like here the first one is given a well. Okay, well matlab kuwa. Okay, so it was seen in the olden days. Now also if you go to villages, no, at the entrance of the village only you see a big well over there. Okay, so all the village people, they come, and this well water is used for drinking, cooking. Okay, so it's a useful water for all the villages. So when you see the water stored in these wells are never get depleted, means it will not get reduced at all. Okay, मतलब कुएं का जो पानी होता है कभी खत्म नहीं होता है, because the water which in these wells are, it is the rainwater. Okay, the rainwater when it seeps into the ground, it is collected in these wells. Okay, understood my dear students? Now we'll start with the second one. Okay, which is on page number. Okay, my dear students, first we saw the olden storage method, that is wells. So wells are dug to obtain the rainwaters and seeps into the grounds. Now the second storage, will see the water tanks in forts. Okay, now you can see here here on the page number 17, the picture, you can look here, a tank on Fort Shivneri. Okay, Shivneri fort and the tank. So this tank was built to store the rainwater for the people, those who live on the hill forts. So people lived on the hill forts in the past. Okay, in the past years, okay, period, they also need water. Okay, humankind, all humankinds, they need water to live. So the forts had reservoirs and tanks dug into the stones. Okay, into the stones only these tanks were dug, and the rainwater is stored and it is used for the future use. Okay, so in the past the hill forts had reservoirs and tanks dug into the stones for people who lived on the hill forts. Okay, understood my dear students? So just go through with this topic till where I have taught you today. Okay, and remaining part I will be covering in my next video. Okay, so it's little lengthy lesson, and if I take it in one part only, it will be difficult for me to upload. Okay, so I'll be taking it into two parts. Okay, my dear students, so just go through with the lesson, and do keep watching my videos, and please comment on each and every video. Understood? And then thank you, and do like, share, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so that you'll get the notification of my upcoming videos, and you can click on the I button also to go to my previous videos and even you can go to my playlist also, okay, to watch the previous videos. And thank you so much. Stay at home, keep smiling.